Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
It's 3 a.m. and the sirens are going off. Another rocket attack. I've got my boots and got my ammo in my 50-pound sack. A 100 boys headed to war in this world unknown. The only peace of mind I've got are these letters from home. Another day has come and gone. Another night I'm all alone. I didn't think I'd be this far out here in Kandahar. Well, most of us, we made it home, but we never came back. When we close our eyes at night, we hear a rocket attack. I've tried to talk and tell you about it, but it ain't the same. All these thoughts that run through my head, well, they can't be tamed. Another day has come and gone. Another night I'm all alone. I didn't think I'd be this far out here in Kandahar. Another day has come and gone. Another night I'm all alone. I didn't think I'd be this far out here. We ain't far from Kandahar. In Kandahar.
to see somebody who's
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you ever have one of those moments where you think, how the hell did I get here? Jeez, what happened to me? I was ruling the galaxy, had a cherry new battle station. I mean, this place had an omelet bar, a straight-up omelet bar. And now look, my former interns tossing me down a bottomless freaking pit. You know, come to think of it, my whole life has been a series of what the moments. That was my out.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I looked my woman in the eye sockets. I told her straight out. I just said it, man. I said it. I said, bitch, I'm the man of the house.
Yeah, you said bitch, though. You called your wife a bitch.
Yeah.
Let's roll.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
That's right. Fresh pot of coffee, baby. Whoop, whoop. On a coffee buzz. Ready to speak all 12 of my languages, if you can keep up. Broadcasting live from the Functional Veterans Center of Excellence. This is the Monday edition with myself, Ice, and I got Mulder in the fucking gunner's seat right now. What's going on, big man?
Oh, you know, but let's just live in the dream.
Hell,
there's something I'm not by news organizations.
Yeah, dude. No, I got you, man. We are, man. This 27 April 2020. Functional Veterans Center of Excellence. Man, there's some crazy news going on. Yeah. I mean, we're talking about some stuff that I mean, that's just kind of crazy. Just late breaking news stuff with the censorships and all the wanting of having, you know, coups and we don't know what's going on with Kim Jong-un, and we can't say or say nothing without pissing off China and freaking out. What's up, Paul from Paul? What's up with my crew over in Taipei, Taiwan, and Hong Kong? I know you guys listen to us. I see you in the wingdings, so don't sweat it. We ain't gonna dime you out. So how you all doing over there in that side of the East? And of course to our listeners in the Korean Peninsula. Welcome to the Monday edition. Man, I don't know where to start, dude. So, I'm
pretty sure James Franco and Seth Rogen are the ones that took out Kim Jong.
I was about to say, I didn't they like blow him out of the tank or they shot a tank at a helicopter and the helicopter or something like that. So real quick, apparently in the news.
Wait, hold on, a tank and a helicopter is funny because you could tell me that's in a comedy movie or in a Fast and the Furious movie, and I would believe either one. Right.
Well, or it actually probably really did happen. You know what I'm saying? It probably happened straight up. I mean, you never know. I'm just kind of thinking right now that apparently Kim Jong-un had some routine surgery, I guess, had some sort of surgery stuff, and that's what the streets are saying. And then the next thing you know, they said he's dead. And then they say he's not dead. And then China said he's dead. Japan said he's dead. And then everyone's like, no, we're going to send some people out there to check him out to make sure he's okay. And so now
But if you say it too quick, it sounds like Kim Jong undead, which means that he's come back as a zombie and we're all screwed.
You know, I'll be honest with you. What's kind of funny is that we talked about this before, bro. We talked about how the reason why China is so crazy on the COVIDs is because they're afraid that they're messing. They're going to blame the U.S. on a lot of the stuff. I'm not trying to get tinfoil here, but they're blaming the U.S. on a lot of stuff due to the fact that they did it, right? They're the one that they went out of control with whatever. I don't care if it's a wet market or a lab, but the reason why they're propagating that rumor and that propaganda of saying that we were the one that created that virus is because I have a feeling it affected Korea a lot more than what we think. That's just me.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at their state of just individual nutrition and health. I'm pretty sure if you sneezed on some of them, they would just fall over.
Right, exactly. Hey, quick shout out to the Mujahideen meme people. How y'all doing in there? Man, did you hear what's going on with the... Well, we'll get to that in a minute. But anyways, So right now we don't know if he's dead or not. It's all rumor, and propaganda, and of course, waiting for the next Team America movie to come out to see what the status of that's going to be. I personally,
they should do Team China World's Fuck Ups.
Yeah, you ain't lying, dude. If there's a country right now that should be memed the fuck out of, should be China. I don't care. We're probably going to get zucked for saying this because right now it appears that anything you say about the COVIDs, anything that you say about North Korea and China now is getting bumped off of Facebook, off of all social media. However,
and if you make fun of the president of China and say he looks like Winnie the Pooh and call it Winnie the Flu, I'm pretty sure they get pissed off about that one too.
Yeah, everyone's already busting out their comments. Everyone's already saying, "Yep, we're gonna get zucked." So if we get cut off of Facebook, don't worry because we are on 12 other platforms as well. Pretty soon, we're gonna be opening up on other platforms too and other pages. We're going to be rocking and rolling on Twitch soon, and then we're gonna be on another page. Broadcasting as well, so don't sweat it. If you get zucked, don't worry. You can hit us on Periscope if you're a Twitter follower, on Twitter and on Periscope. So if you don't have Twitter but you want to get on Periscope, you got them count. I want to see those little hearts going up. I guess you can activate the hearts on Periscope. If you're on Mixer, are we hot on Mixer right now? And we got comms on Mixer. Mixer, you there? Do I see you? Give me some Mixer stuff. I don't want to. I don't know if I see any. I don't see any Mixer bubbles in there. Hang on, let me see if my Mixer bubbles are up. I'll make sure we're right on this because if we're not, then we gotta talk to the Geek Squad. I know we're up on Twitter because I can see you right now. So we're up on YouTube as well. I don't know. Let me go look. Y'all, we're making you rap out loud. Oh, hello. I'm gonna get in trouble for saying that because Twitter's really sensitive about shit. Nobody has a fucking sense of humor. Yeah, we're rocking and rolling on the. I can see us right now. Yep, I see. Oh, see, there you go. Defiant Dodo, thank you so much. I'm not old. I'm just seasoned. There we go. Okay, now let's look at YouTube. I want to see you and make sure you're on YouTube's. Because what I want to do is I want to make sure we have full accounting and broadcast dissemination for you guys to get all of our jokes. Because some of the stuff we're going to talk about in the event we get cut off from Facebook, because we're going to be talking about the COVIDs, the Koreas, and the Chinas and all that other stuff, and then the boogaloos and the military coups that everyone's talking and crying about. I want to make sure you guys are able to jump to another platform real quick in the event. Also, the TuneIn app, or you can go to WTFNationRadio.com, the page itself. So real quick, so right now, what we don't know, or we do know, is that we don't know if Kim Jong-un is still alive, supposedly for a heart condition, like routine stuff. If that makes any sense. So supposedly he went to go routine surgery. I don't know what I don't know what routine heart surgery is because
well, Fatty had a heart attack.
Yeah, now rumor has it and this is just rumor. I don't want anybody to go, I saw it on WTF Radio. I don't want to hear any of that stuff. I want to hear it. What I want to do is what rumors are going, propagating through the rumor mill, the ruminant control, whatever you want to call it. Says that he was just there for like a routine angioplasty or some shit like that. I'm rumors. I'm not quoting nobody. And this is only purely anecdotal and an uncooperated source.
Well, the source I just heard from that I made up in my head, he said he was there for actually breast reduction surgery and he had a heart attack on the table.
I thought it was neck reduction. That's what it was. I thought he was trying to get rid of the neck beard.
Since he's the only fat guy in Korea, his bitch tits were making him feel uncomfortable. Would he play that Sarah McLachlan music? If hey Kim Jong-un, you would donate some chichis to some needy women who've had issues that need to have breast reconstruction surgery, please donate. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so anyway, so I guess he had a routine heart procedure. It was routine, they said, and then something messed up. I'm guessing, here's what I'm thinking what happened, because this is what I'm thinking. I'm just thinking, because I'm on, like, fucking pot of coffee. I'm thinking that he went in there for, like, an angioplasty or some sort of filter or something like that. And then, I see you, Paul. I see you. Don't sweat the dings. I got you. And they kind of like messed it up. Like they tried to do like a catheter in his heart or something like that. This is what I'm purely speculating, of course, with my years and years of non-Facebook medical training. And they like busted off inside of his heart, and they're like digging in his heart to get it out, type shit. Like they're trying to dig a splinter out or something like that. That's what I think happened. See, my medical stuff isn't as caught up as it used to be. But given that he was obese and a heavy smoker, if he was somewhere in Korea and did fucking have the big heart attack, and they didn't get him to a cardiac cath lab within relatively quick time frame,
I can see how he just wouldn't come back from that, given, you know, the state of his body, basically, and probably the stress that running, I don't know, like what, maybe not the dead last, but maybe the next shittiest country in the world puts on someone.
Well, I mean, who are they going to put? Is what I'm saying. Yeah, D-Max is saying he died of the COVIDs. See, everyone's saying, and just like that, his doctor disappeared. Exactly. See, I want everybody to provide their expert Facebook medical advice, because it seems like that's what's been going on lately anyways. Facebook has been to the point to where you can't even stand. Again, I'm seeing having issues with mixers. Yeah. If you're having mixers, it's okay, cool. So yeah, gotcha. I'm tracking. Thank you so much. Hey, Defiant, necesito ayudar, anda pues, llamamos en este canal. Let us know if you need some assistance in the mixer chat. We'll be able to assist you, man. Okay, yeah. Well, what's going on? He had to die of the ring ass. Yeah, exactly. See, everyone is not knowing what happened. Right now, currently, China is now going on a full-blown propaganda hunt to bust individuals and say that a U.S. Army reservist, was involved in the cause of the COVIDs, which is 100% full of shit. There's no way. I'm all about America when it comes to this. I don't care China. I don't care if I piss off.
That would be insinuating that a reservist actually did something.
Well, I mean, I think there was a reservist was there for something, for something routine and brought the disease or something like that, or something like that.
Weren't the military games in China in like October?
Well, that was Rodivan, Russia. They had some military games with them with Russia and stuff. Like one of the largest combined arms joint training event, like a giant.
No, I thought it was like Olympics, like some kind of military athletic competition.
I don't know.
There.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying that right now that they're on a fucking the Chinese are on a full blown fucking propaganda boon to do this, and I'll be honest with you, I don't care about China. They can eat all of them.
2019 World Military Games were hosted in China.
Okay, so that's what it was. Here, let me drop this. It
was hosted in Wuhan.
No shit. See, there you go. I get the head knot shit that break your neck. Hoo-ha. Yeah, don't forget the expert soldier bad. Exactly. But yeah, I'm done with us kowtowing to other countries when it comes to that stuff. Leave D. Treasy alone when it comes to this stuff. I'll be honest with you. A lot of us, we cannot have had any control of this shit. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody could have. Could have foreseen the events that are happening right now. But right now, currently, there's the China is false. Right now, there's conspiracy theorists saying that there's an army reservist that started Corona, that started the COVIDs. Even YouTube is like smashing shit. So YouTube, if we get blacked out of YouTube, don't worry. I see us. We're streaming live on YouTube right now. An army reservist and a mom from Virginia has become the helpless target of conspiracy theorists. So much to the point that the Chinese government is taking cozy to this. They're attacking this family. The Benassi family have now become commonplace in the WeChat Weibo Zhuguai. Yeah, I can speak a little of that, which is translated in Chinese. It's like their version of YouTube and Facebook and stuff. The bizarre claim stems from Benassi's visit to October in Wuhan, China, the center of the coronavirus outbreak. You're right. You did. You just hit it on the head. She was taking part of a cycling competition. God, bro, you're like reading ahead of me. That's what I'm talking about. Part of those military world games. She competed in the military world games, taking part in the cycling competition. See, that's why the Chinese are saying that it's because of us, that we're the ones that started it.
Well, then that also goes back to what we've been saying of this thing has been live and in the wild since October, November. The people in the U.S. had it last year, and the doctors couldn't figure out what the hell it is and just said, oh, it's bad bronchitis or it's bad flu.
You know, yeah, I've got friends and family that have said this already. That did you experience the same type of symptoms? Because you notice now they changed the symptoms of the COVIDs. They've added more to it along the CDC website. Before it was just like scratchy cough, and now it's like a loss of taste and some other shit. Go on the CDC website. You can see right now straight up what they have on there, and you can. Matter of fact, let's take a walk down to the CDC website and see what they have for what the coronavirus update is currently right now. is what they're having. Let's see. The symptoms. So learn about, watch for fever, coughing, and shortness of breath, which wasn't part of that before. So now they're saying the symptoms may appear 2 to 14 days after exposure to the COVIDs. People with these symptoms or combinations of symptoms may have COVID-19. Individuals may have had like long periods of coughing and shortness of breath, fever, chills, repeated shaking with chills, muscle pain, headache, sore throat, new loss of taste or smell. So pretty much they WebMD us now. So now everything that you have had in the past that you think is hurting, maybe a headache or a dry throat, could be connected to COVIDs. As a matter of fact, aren't they now ramping up? Was it you that mentioned they're now ramping up all the casualties as COVID deaths now?
Yeah, there was CDC guidance to tell them that even if you suspect COVID, even if you haven't tested, you can list it as a cause of death. And part of the problem is what you're seeing if they're listing a primary and maybe a secondary contributing factor of death. If they list that they had COVID, they're counting that as the number, even if the primary cause of death was a heart attack or, you know, they bled out. Well, they said they had COVID, so they died of COVID. Okay, but all their blood's on the ground. No, they died of COVID.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I see you, Kamudi. How you doing in there in the YouTube chat? I see you. Our YouTube chat is working. I see you. Yeah, exactly. So that means if I jump out of an airplane and my chute doesn't open, I'm going to die of COVIDs. Not from parachute failure or partial malfunction. It's because I have had the COVIDs. I've been COVIDed. Oh, I see you.
I've been trying to get antibody tested, and I'm pretty sure I had it. My dad for sure had it, and my ex-wife had it all in November, December, January. My dad was sick for like 6 weeks, went through like 3 or 4 Z-packs, and then finally one day he was good.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I've friends and family who've been sick for a while. I have been sick. You remember when I went out for a little bit, right before I was on air, my voice was going away and I was all coughing and feverish. And I told everybody I was coughing, and nothing wrong with the kid, though. The kid didn't have shit. I think the kid gave me the COVIDs.
So my ex works at a doctor's office, and somebody that they had tested and had it, they came in with symptoms and were actively going through it. But so you're supposed to be asymptomatic, but and you're still infectious, or I forgot the word I want to use. You can still give it to other people.
Yeah, you're asymptomatic. You could be what they call typhoid Mary. You cannot. You can be a carrier. Yeah.
So, you're supposed to be like that for up to 2 weeks beforehand. Well, so right before this guy came in with like full-blown symptoms, they had just spent 3 days driving across the country. Him and 5 other people in a minivan. Not a single person in that family got sick.
Yeah. I didn't. Like I said, I didn't. I didn't get baby eye sick. As a matter of fact, he was laughing at me coughing and sneezing and you know, I don't know what the thing about toilet paper shit again. Again, there is nothing has said anything about you know getting the shits. Nothing at all. You're not supposed to get. I guess you're not getting the shits when you get the COVID. So I still don't get this whole thing about fucking toilet paper.
Human nature is to make stupid decisions, and even if there wasn't a toilet paper shortage, if the news said, "Well, there's a toilet paper shortage," now you just created a toilet paper shortage.
Right.
So you decided what the fact was going to be, and you went back and manipulated events to make that fact true.
Well, you know, one of my things that I notice is that, like right now, I'm going out to get essential stuff. I mean, luckily for me, I'm able to sustain my finances to be at home and able to survive. However, there are other individuals that have to go out to work. I'm just saying, I'm not at all by any means saying that you're wrong, that you have to go to work to sustain your fucking family. That sucks. If you got to go out and work, you got to go out and work. You got to sustain. Individuals are losing their jobs. I'm just going to do a real quick shout out to those individuals that are working in the fast food industry. I have not, since this event has happened, I have not had any of my barbecue sauces for my chicken nuggies for my boy. They've all been there. Everything's been, it seems like the drive-through way is better to go because they are more attentive to the order. And I like that. I really do. When I'm not freaking, you know, when I'm not having my toddler going ape shit in the truck because he didn't have barbecue sauce for his chicken nuggies, then I'm happy.
Hey, I just want to say that those fast food workers are the real heroes, not, you know, the people that are just doing their goddamn job, but the high school kid that is being told you got to work, but everybody else is off because we consider you essential.
Well, you know, that brings a good point. currently right now, hey, all you essential employees that are in construction, contracting, working for city utilities, I want all my fucking fiber laid out. I want all the potholes filled, and I want awesome traffic lanes painted. I want streetlights connected. I want all that stuff, those work orders that you made everybody say, I'm essential, walking around with your fucking head up in the air. I want you to make sure all your shits are fixed. I want to, because that's what made you essential, right? Was power and utilities. I know I have friends that work in specific areas, like in hospitals, they work HVAC systems and all that. They have to work on air conditioning units. They have to work on medical supply equipment. They have to do that. But as far as the other stuff, I'm still, when I go out to do my essential run to go get my chow, I go resupply some stuff. I am kind of short of eggs, though. It's hard to find eggs right now. I still see some potholes in the road that still need some fixing. Yeah, I need them shits need to be fixed. So
they're city workers, they're essentially worthless. They're not essential workers.
That's what I'm saying. They're saying they're essential workers. Then why are the roads all messed up? We should have awesome traffic. We should have new lanes built. All those construction projects that you're taking tax dollars on in the Midwest, East Coast, and West Coast should all be done. All those programs that you were talking about, stating for the homeless on the West Coast, all the stuff you're doing for poor families in the South and on the East Coast, they should be squared away now because you were essential, right? You were essential to get all them shits out. I guarantee it, more bureaucracy is going to happen. Exactly that recruiter time. It's not going to happen. It ain't going to happen at all.
And maybe don't use your resources setting up freaking undercover stings on a lady doing nails out of her house who's just trying to feed her family. That's kind of a waste of resources right now. And
I was about to say, what's the story of that, dude?
So some lady in Dallas was, kind of still like doing nails out of her house, trying to, feed her family. Obviously, you took away people's ability to feed their families, to make them dependent on the government. That's a separate story. She's doing nails. So the police department set up an elaborate sting of messaging her on Facebook and set it up to come to the house and do an appointment when she was washing her hands and doing it with a mask and taking all possible precautions. So it's okay for, us to all pile into Walmart. Or now some states are making you limit the people in by freaking the square footage of the store, and they'll scream at you if you get 6 foot close to someone or whatever. But they're limiting the people that can go in the store at a time. So the other day it was raining outside, and I drove by. We needed to get some stuff from Sam's Club. There was people lined up around the building in the rain waiting to get in the store. So it's like, oh, we're doing this to keep people from getting sick, but you're going to make people stand outside and catch a cold and possibly get pneumonia, and then you can lie and claim that the pneumonia they got from standing outside was actually COVID.
Yeah, I was about to say that's what's probably going to end up happening anyways. They'll end up saying that. Everyone. Again, shout out to all those. I'll be honest with you. I still have. I have traditions that I have with me and my boy, me and my son and my kids. I have traditions that we do on the weekends, and actually every day we have little weekend, little. Just the way I am. It's just a structure thing, I guess. It must be that the crusty sergeant major thing in me, or just alles muss in Ordnung sein. Everything must be in order. You're right. I have to have, it's a routine. That's one of the things about being retired too, man. It's like, fuck, it's driving me up the fucking wall. I gotta have a routine doing some shit. So I'm still able to ask and order, like, B-dubs. Okay, everybody knows on the weekends, I get B-dubs, right? I get B-dubs, Tecate, and me and the boy, eating grub and nuggets and strips and bacon strips and freaking all the, fried pickles, wild mango habanero, you name it. The fixins. It's hooked up every time we go to B-dubs. But then when we had this event where now they're delivering, you best believe I'm giving a tip. It's actually cheaper to give them a bigger tip while they're doing the delivery as it is for you sitting in.
And this delivery stuff is awesome. I hope we get to keep all of it after this.
Oh my God, I know.
I got a 32-ounce margarita curbside for me and the girlfriend the other day. And, we hadn't had Mexican since this all started, and she's like, I really want this. And I'm like, you know what? Fine. We're going to do it. So went, placed our order, and she got a 32-ounce margarita, and the lovely bastards they were did it of 32 ounce of straight margarita mix poured into a container so we could go home and put it on ice and stretch it out a little bit further.
Bro, I will say this, I'm so, because there are things that I eat aside from like a couple things that, like I said, I'm kind of shortage of eggs, because I cook my own chow, and that it's funny when people don't have
You could see people's eating habits. It's like they're eating all this trash food, right? I mean, me and the boy had some beans and rice and tacos de carne asada. We had some chicken quesadillas. Made some chow like that. Tried to make some tri-tip, but I couldn't find any tri-tip around here. They don't serve it right, but they have some steak and stuff like that. So you can imagine me and a couple of toddlers, a couple of kids just eating, because we're cooking. But of course, if there's some things going on, I need to make a real quick pizza or something like that. I can make my own little pizza, and dude, it's awesome. It's kind of cool that you go in there, but like I said, I can't make chorizo and eggs. I'm trying to make some chorizo and eggs. I'm trying to make some freaking Mexican chow in the morning so I can have some chorizo and papas, and I can't do it because all the eggs are gone.
Yeah, and that's weird that, we're not finding eggs, and some people are saying, we're running out of milk, but they're telling us that the farmers are breaking eggs and dumping milk.
Oh my God. Don't get me started on that shit, dude.
It's like a half and half. It's like, I feel like there's probably demand and things are being artificially restricted. I can understand with most of the schools and restaurants stuff being closed, bro, that it's going to keep a lot of it down.
Bro, it's not that. It's also some selfishness too. I'll be honest with you. This whole you're seeing classism in itself. These farmers are complaining that we don't have nobody to, we don't have nobody to give give this. Our fields and our milk is going bad. I have yet seen any of these individuals donating this shit to food banks, which is funny, is that the food banks there's a shortage, but all these farmers are throwing away their freaking food. Hey, you want to be good? You want to look good? And this is good PR. I love PR. I love marketing. So think about this. Think how good it would look for a farmer in his area. And there was a farmer actually in Idaho. He said, come over here and grab a bag of potatoes. You can come get some potatoes. He dumped all the potatoes that he had for harvest, and he put it in this big field, open field, and he called up his local community. And needy families can come by and grab a bag of potatoes, and that way you can cook and all this other stuff. That's what they need to do.
That was awesome of him.
Right.
The thing with the milk, they can't give raw milk. It has to be processed. And if the processing plant won't do it, because they're probably not going to do it for free. You know what I mean?
I think they can.
I don't know.
I think they can.
Can you do raw milk?
No, you can't do raw milk, but you can. That's what I'm saying. They were dumping it from the processing center. They were dumping it from like that. There's guys talking about we have to euthanize our cows. Meanwhile, there's homeless people. I guarantee this right here again. Missed opportunities. This would have been an awesome opportunity. You know how everyone talks about farmers or just this and this, and all these farmers do is get subsidies. This is your chance, farmers, to do it. This is your chance, farmers, to get all those cows that you're going to euthanize. This is your chance. Cut up some steaks.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't hear anybody bitch for like at least 5 years. You
right,
get a good 5 years.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, I'd walk them there. Hey, farmer, dude, you need to freaking do this and this. Cut up your steak, process them as if you were going to have them for market, get them all ready, and then go down to your local old soldiers' home or old veterans' home and donate the chow there. Donate that shit. I'm still, everyone gets mad at me when I say this, but I'm still all about the veterans before refugees shit. All those.
Yeah, and if you did donate to a shelter or somebody with an industrial kitchen facility, just imagine how far you could stretch, flour, rice, beans, and ground beef.
Right. Oh my God. You know how much freaking hamburger helper would go a long way if you give a family a couple pounds of ground beef?
And some milk.
And some milk?
Because you always forget you need milk until you go to make the hamburger helper and you realize you ain't got no goddamn milk, and you're seeing if you can substitute butter or something. Right.
And all that government cheese. I mean, what's the worst thing? I don't want to give the civilian papas. It's bad enough that some veterans and the bro vets get a lot of bad rap anyways. The last thing we want to do is get that additional bad rap by giving all the civilians MREs. And I don't want to do that to you. You know what I mean? There won't be a toilet paper issue if that's the case. Exactly. Do we not have the storage? So that's the problem, Stefan. We have everything we need. We're just not being told that we have it. We have had everybody get so dependent on everyone else without looking within our own communities to do it. If I had the ability to go and get all those cows that are going to be euthanized, and they do have it, and field them and dress them and all that other shit and get them all ready to go and get them out to a veteran community, like freaking Veterans Community Project down in Kansas City. They got all those. They got right there. They got a cafeteria and a community center that you could just donate all the food for them. Or you got the old soldiers' home down in Louisiana. The same thing.
Well, you know what else that you could do to prevent the food from going to waste and really help something is you could feed some of that meat to that bitch Carol Baskin's tigers, and maybe they wouldn't eat her next husband.
Oh my God. Well, you know, there was going to be, I was hoping, you know, I was hoping there was going to be a whole time that we didn't discuss that stupid show, but okay. Exactly, Doc. Support the farmers. That's how, but you know what? The farmers could do the same. The farmers could do the same thing if they're going to be the breadbasket of America. That I don't understand what it is. Why aren't they doing that? And I heard a reporter right now at Fox 13 in Tampa Bay talking to a farmer and said, "I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to lose these crops." Well, then you're not going to lose the crops if you donate them. I guarantee it. How the hell are you going to think more Disney movies are going to be made with stories like that? Those are like feel-good American shit.
Well, the goodwill they would gain from doing it would far outweigh any financial loss. You would see communities rally around farms.
Oh my God, dude! No, there would be more. There would be more issues. There would be more of the. There would be more of a community outreach and more, I would say, lobbying for farmers when they're out and down and out. And you would really see exactly what some of the individuals. I'll tell you what's happening with all this COVID stuff. All those thousands of homeless people in the West. I think I got 66,000 people on the West Coast in Los Angeles. I never heard anything about them. You know, in New York, they're talking about the epicenter of all that COVID stuff, and you're seeing bodies being stacked. What's up with California? Where do all they? The same thing. How come we don't see all those? I'm pretty sure those freaking homeless people there are getting stacked up too. As I drink my freaking third mug of coffee. But God, it's fucking disgusting.
Here's what's weird to me with the New York shit and LA and everything is, how does Tokyo only have 100 total deaths and it's more dense?
I think it was like 93 or something like that. Wasn't it?
They're at 100 394 deaths.
Oh.
In Japan, 100 deaths in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Just that doesn't make sense. If they're more stacked on top of each other and the disease can spread better, wouldn't they have a ton more deaths? I don't.
No, I would.
Numbers, man. How
well, yeah, the numbers. Yeah, well, they're not. Well, they're not preaching them. Whatever. I'll be honest with you. We go back and forth to the political stuff about this. Is that everyone's blaming on? Here's what makes me mad about this whole crap. Because this will be an awesome segue to the next subject about freedom of speech and stuff like this. A lot of individuals hate the government and don't want government interference. I think they don't like to do it because of who's in charge of the government to give them the assistance. They don't want to admit that D. Treasy can help them out. They also don't want to admit that some of their practices that they've had from their states that have been currently bankrupt are now all of a sudden getting butthurt when there's members of Congress, mainly Mitch McConnell, stating the fact that they shouldn't get any aid to bail them out of bankruptcy because of their failed policies within their state. So when the D. Treasy says, okay, fuck it, the states are on their own, then everybody gets mad at the government. Then all of a sudden everybody wants to be fucking, now all of a sudden, now everybody wants to be fucking a revolutionary. And then all of a sudden everyone hates D. Treasy. They want to talk about having, I've seen on Twitter today, dude, people actually calling for coups. Yeah, there's individuals that actually want a coup. They want us
because they think he's handling things wrong.
Right. Well, I was just telling. I saw that on Twitter, and I responded with, to some friends. It's not that it's illegal. He's just an asshole. That's all it is.
From coming from one of those communist states that ran themselves into bankruptcy, I hope to shit they get zero federal dollars, and people learn not to vote in mismanaging assholes for 40 years.
Well, here's the way I see it. Here's the way I see it, though, is that if you're going to get mad at the government and you're going to tell D. Treasy that he's messing up with the stats and he's just blaming everything for the COVID deaths and all this other stuff, then don't be asking for fucking money when you're not fucking with him on it. He's giving you money to help out for the COVID stuff. And I'll be honest with you, the biggest wieners about through this whole thing, throughout all this, have been the hospitals. We have had several, to include the hospital ship leaving dock. We've had several mobile, giant freaking facilities ready to take overburdened hospitals, right? Who do you think runs those fucking hospitals? They're just as bad as Big Pharma when it comes to that stuff. They want that money. You're talking about, oh, no, we don't have this one. No, we don't want you. Whoa, hang on. You're going to build a 4,000 bed temporary hospital when we can get all this money, when we can still charge everybody all this money for, because death and health is big business.
What's really funny is all them field hospitals they put up, man, not a lot of them saw many people at all, did they?
Right. Well, think about that, though. A lot of those hospitals, I mean, there's a couple of them that I've seen already. There's like several of them, and then also in that hospital ship, they're all like, they're a $17 million facility to get it set up. They're packing it up because nobody's using it. They want to charge the government for freaking, $5,000 for a tab of freaking Motrin. So all this stuff right here is a big business hack, is what it is. This whole process in itself. Exactly that.
Yeah.
Tell me why the Lakers exactly.
Health insurance stuff.
Exactly, right there. Right on the fucking head, dude. Right on the fucking head. If you're asking for the government and begging for the government for help, and they set up a freaking 3,000 bed mobile hospital for you, and then you say, no, I don't want that. No, I want the money. I don't want the actual help. Well, this ain't fucking. This isn't the UN. This is how we run USAID in Africa, because that's what they do. Hey, give me the money. Why do you think China is fucking just boot stomping us on the fucking African continent? Because they don't give money. They actually send resources and some supervisors to go watch the projects getting built. They do not, and I'm going to say again, they do not just do it like how we do it. Oh, we're just going to go ahead and give money and that's it. Spend enough time in Africa to see that. They build highways in East Africa faster than we can do I-10. Their essential workers actually do shit there.
I'm pretty sure I-10 is like a quantum fucking trap where time just keeps repeating itself
Exactly.
because the work is never complete.
I-10, I-95, I-35, what's the other? I-5, the Grapevine, all that shit. Oh, by the way, you want to talk about food shortage? Smithfield, right? Right now, Tyson Chicken's having some issues right now, and they're about ready to go bankrupt. Smithfield is owned by who? A Chinese company. China owns Smithfield. They're talking about merging Tyson Chicken. So, are we going to do some math here? Are we going to figure this out? That we don't know why we have a food shortage, but then all of a sudden a company that China is going to buy is going to say, oh, we don't know why you have a food shortage. Dude. Why the hell do they own our chickens? That's what I want to know. Maybe that's why I'm not getting no fucking eggs. They find out I need some ice is making chorizo.
Yeah, but I mean, why do they also own most of our debt too? That's frightening that another country owns that much of our debt. And now all these states are trying to sue China. And some of them are the broke-ass states, like Illinois is supposed to be doing it. So is Illinois going to sell that judgment that they won against China to the U.S. government for pennies on the dollar to bail out their shitty programs?
Right. Well, again, but those shitty programs, so that's what we keep going back to, is that the Chinese nuggies. What's up, Pi? How you doing, buddy? I see you in there.
Chinky nuggies? What?
Oh, you can't say that, dude. That's fucked up. Just say Chinese.
I'm Asian.
Oh, yeah, you're right, aren't you? Aren't you Asian?
Yeah, I'm a small Korean.
So they had to make it
lady.
They had to make chicken a la king. No, dude, I'm freaking. It's just mind numbing to think that everyone's asking for this fucking help and then get butthurt when they cheat. The freaking. You might say chicken nuggets again. Chicken nuggets. No, I don't get it. You have the help that you were given. Now you don't want it. So now we have a 3,000, 4,000 bed hospital that you're going to, just to say, you're going to have the hospital ship that was docked in New York that was immediately sent over to you to help you out and only admit a few patients, I should say. And then we're wondering why this is so mismanaged. We're wondering why, who owns the hospitals? That's even a bigger question. Who owns them?
Given how much I've seen corruption in government, I'm going to guess Governor Cuomo's family have a controlling interest in some company that owns a big chunk of them.
I'm going to say Cuomo. I'm going to say a lot of Congress are involved and intertwined with that shit. I'll say that right now. Oh, I don't care. I don't care who it pisses off. Why do you think no politicals like coming on here? Because we always like to connect them about stuff like that. We tried to get Bernie Sanders on here, but he wasn't able to comment. Got something back like "fuck you" or something like that. Mitch McConnell, I can't even understand what he said, so I don't even have Nancy Pelosi. We're trying to get Tulsi Gabbard on here. Mayor Pete, they don't want to come on here. So if everybody else, congressional Chinese nuggies, I should say exactly that, D-Max. Let's look at every freaking hospital is getting money. Who's involved in this, and why is it that we're not doing this? What's that right here? See, all recovering COVID patients are still infected. Daniel, like throwing a freaking preamble here. Yeah, your death rate is going to be catastrophically high, blah, 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 blah. Of all hype data, no common sense, competence, along with bureaucracy, create the death surge in your state. Exactly that. You need to create the death surge. I'll be honest with you. I think some of these individuals want that shit to happen. I'll say it on air. It's recorded now. I think some of these individuals want the disaster and want this catastrophe to happen. They want this pandemic to sow the social discord, to even have this during an election day. I know our adversaries are paying attention to it big time. They see it and they go, yeah. Oh, yeah, keep going. Y'all doing good. Our adversaries are fucking watching.
Honest, at a 1% mortality rate, though, against 100% of the population infected, it's like 3 million people.
Well, I'll be honest with you, though. It's actually the fear.
I can think of about 3 million assholes we don't need.
No,
so
but
really
there's
not that.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking more about the fear in itself. You know what I mean? And what's funny, it's funny is that everybody, exactly that, Nathan, everybody wants, well, we're going to talk about that, everyone wants a civil war, but nobody knows what it fucking means. Nobody knows what they're talking about. Nobody knows what it entails. So, yeah, they want to create a war and all this shit. So we're going to take a break right quick, and we're going to talk about an event called, a coup, or what people like to say, or misname, the Boogaloo. And it's going to be some good conversation about that, because every time we talk about the Boogaloo, all of a sudden we get, we get everybody coming on and paying attention and immediately think that, that's the price is ultra right. No, we're gonna break down the brass tacks and what it means to have a revolution. I'm talking about 1776 shit, because that's what the Boog stands for. It's not all this racist crap and people want to have an attachment to it, that are fantasizing about it, that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But anyways, we'll be right back. So everyone, refill your coffee mug, because I am, and shots.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
Nothing feels the same. Left it all behind. Is this where you draw the line? 'Cause it's so sad. Tell me where you lost your faith. Is it so bad? Couldn't see it in your face. And it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back. Come back down to me. I'll wait until you come down. Come back down. Why you keep it in your head? Is it so bad? Never heard a word you say it, and it's so sad. Tell me when you lost your way, 'cause it's so bad. Wanna see you when I pray, and it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down. Is it what you want? Is it what you needed now? Is it what you breathe? Is it what you're bleeding now? Is it what you feel? Is it what you're feeling now? Is it what you wanted? I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down. Hello, hello, you. Will you come back down to me? Hello, hello, you. Will you come back down? Hello, hello, you. Won't you come back down to me? Hello, hello, you.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Left, I would say the more left leaning, that they're actually asking the military community to stage a coup. Literally are asking to stage the coup. Now, these are the same individuals that get butthurt when groups like the Boogaloo people, the Mujahideen people, make memes. You're not realizing what the correlation of the Boog movement and the meaning, the Boogaloo, what we call like the big dance. That is not really a call for a civil war on the civil war of races and people. Those lines are for the misunderstood, and I'm not fucking advocating for these guys. We've always known. We've always called it the Boogaloo back in the day. every time.
Because it's such an easy play on that shitty 80s movie, Break Into Electric
Exactly.
Boogaloo.
So
the alliteration lends itself to memes.
Right. Well, the whole thing is all mean to begin with. And that's what makes me mad about this, is that you have individuals, you have academics, members of Rutgers University. We were kind of picking apart their mimetic warfare stuff. Funny to see mimetic war people talk when they've never done mimetic warfare. They're just analyzing shit, I've been doing that business for almost 20 fucking years, and I love when people like to tell me what I almost feel like that's what it'd be. I almost feel like the fucking how Dr. Fauci must feel when the media tells him he's not a doctor. One thing I cannot stand is the fact that is when people say they're racists. The people that say, they have a couple of guys that are on the ultra right that like to cling on to the group to try to jump on. When I have seen myself, those individuals get trashed by the members of the Boogaloo movement, and that's it. That's almost like saying that one Muslim that commits a terrorist act is all Muslims. That's like saying that one person who does Jamestown, Jim Jones type of shit are all Christians. All the polygamists are all Mormons. That's like
saying one warrant officer is a total skate.
Well, let's fucking not push our. Let's not.
We might be confused.
Yeah, let's not push our luck here about the warrants. Ease yourself there, buddy. Pump your brakes. So what makes me laugh is when you see pundits and academics like to talk about the Boogaloo and not know what the fuck they're talking about, not knowing what the Boogaloo is. It's not a race war. It's not a war about racism. It's not a war against it is a civil war. It is exactly what you're complaining about. It is exactly what you're telling the military to do. You're telling the military to conduct a civil war. I'm just saying that's the Boogaloo people. So those you are conflicted with yourself, individuals that like to call that shit. They get butthurt when you see the frog memes from the Boog people. They do that on purpose. I love watching only because I'm a professional fire starter. I love that shit. I love seeing individuals get their panties so fucking tight in a wad because of a fucking meme that is just a meme. However, you do it and it's offensive. It's called art. I love how individuals like to try to play back and forth on each other's civil liberties without understanding what exactly it means. So the Boogaloo does not mean that it's a race war, because there are African Americans, Muslims, Hispanics, homosexuals, LGBT movement individuals within the Boogaloo movement themselves.
We want quote-unquote minorities. You know why? Because if you give them a gun and tell them to defend themselves, they're a lot less likely to let the government pull some bullshit on them.
Well, come to think of it, you're kind of noticing that all the movements of everyone else is they don't know what to do. Because now, with all these protests that are having with the Lift the Quarantine protests, I find it quite interesting that when you see people showing up in states in a mass movement, when you think about it, you have to think about this. Look at all the individuals that you see there. Now, don't get me wrong, that's not the Boogaloo, but doing the fucking to me, the way I see it, the Boogaloo, if you're going to be in the Hawaiian shirt and all this other shit, that's wrong. That's for the Boogaloo, man. It's not for a fucking protest. You wear that. You're out of uniform. I don't want to like Sergeant Major the whole thing, but you're out of uniform. When the Boogaloo happens, that's when you wear the fucking Hawaiian t-shirt and all that stuff. But for a protest and you want to show up and all that stuff, why are you showing up for that crap? In a freaking why are you showing up? Why are you showing up wearing that stuff? It actually highlights that some of the states that say they're really restrictive on their gun laws really aren't. It highlights that the individuals that have been oppressing you guys and gals from exercising your Second Amendment rights, just like we're exercising our First Amendment rights here. And everybody likes to that's a bunch of fucking people on here because it's going to be like, oh my God. So, yeah.
I mean, in Virginia,
the
people you saw walking around with guns were outside the area that the Crown told us we were allowed to protest in.
Well,
with our guns and our
with
face
masks. With the crown, with the crown, yes, the crown, the guillotine. Make the guillotine great again. I love it.
Let's make politicians headless again.
Oh my God, I think it's funny. Personally, I think it's funny that the very same individuals that are saying that the Boogaloo people are racist are calling on for a civil war or a coup, which would be
conducted by, of course, the Boogaloo people. So I think it's funny at all.
Funny is, if the Boog did kick off, these hardcore hardcore any race supremacist is like, yeah, cool, buddy. No, we totally agree with you. Hey, do you see that in the wood chipper?
Yeah, I mean, they're not. That's what I'm saying. That they're not. Again, that whole study, and the reason why I say that is because the Huffington Post wrote a new article. Now they have a new one now talking about the Boog movement, and they're talking about, of course, the extremist rights and all this other stuff. Again, I'm going to go back to the, I'm going to go back to the to the original, what it means at all. But I'm going to go back to the original story of when Rutgers University did the study of mimetic warfare. And really, I laugh because you didn't do that to other groups. Like, you didn't do that to, if you're saying that somebody that's, I guess, a 3%er, which are the really fucking crazy, I guess, alt-right stuff like that. I don't really saw that. I just thought there were a bunch of guys wearing freaking Under Armour t-shirts that, had a 3 on there. But that's just me. But I don't see them as a threat. I don't see anything in the fact that they're trying, what anyone's trying to exercise their Second Amendment rights. I don't see them as a threat. I don't. I personally have freedom devices myself that are at the bottom of a lake. I'm implying.
Well, the ATF dive team actually is you're on searching lakes now.
Exactly. Am I implying that the Huffington Post is less than reliable source of news? I am saying that they are laughable. Well, just look. I'm purely a commentator, so I don't. Anyone's going to say that I'm newsworthy, right? I'm just merely dissecting and discussing the commentary of what each of the individuals like to say, as far as the as well, like NPR says, or like the Huffington Post says. And the NPR has been quoted as saying that the Boogaloo is a new far-right slang for Civil War, thinking that there are some racist connotations to it when it's not. It's almost like how I kind of look at, those stock photos of those guys with beards, and they clearly do not have any vets that are doing these fucking insurance company fucking posters, and you see these guys with fucked up uniforms or these, they got the males with crazy hair and their collars are up, and then you see the women with ponytails and all that. Knowing the fact, that's the way I see these individuals in the press when it comes to trying to describe the Boogaloo. They think they know what's going on, they don't.
It's like when you see Hollywood do something with a gun and the bullet fires and it comes out intact.
It comes out whole. Yeah, exactly. You don't see a shell ejection, you see the whole thing. So again, it's I laugh. I mean, the Boogaloo actually in itself is a genre of Latin music. In the 1960s, it originated in New York City amongst teenage Hispanic and Latino Americans. There's also a little bit of a fusion of popular African American music too, and rhythm.
And Boogaloo actually has a deeper meaning, because if you translate it from the original Aramaic, and then you got to mix match it with Latin a little bit, but it actually translates to large ice house hootenanny.
Or a big get together. So again, the typical instruments for the Boogaloo are piano, congas, trumpets, trombone, bass guitar, double bass, electric guitar, bongos, saxophone, guiro or timbales. So basically that means
C4.
Oh, god damn it, dude, you stole my joke. I was gonna say AR-15. I was gonna continue. I was gonna add to the freedom device list. But again, so now can we not say that now? What Boogaloo means? So basically, it is a division, a word that was started by minority groups to free the oppressed, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Am I getting that?
I'm just waiting for 4chan to invent a new slang word, exactly. And then to be told we're white supremacists for saying goink or something like that.
Exactly. Just say that. No, we can just say that right now. Let's just say right now. Let's just make up a word that we can attach to anything that has to do with Boogaloo, and I guarantee it, I'd probably get silenced. I'd get told that I'm being racist.
Fucking strong.
Yeah, the strong. I know. Fuck the strong.
The strong are everywhere.
Fuck the strong. Anyways, I can see right now everybody, because you know that we're on Twitter and we're on YouTube and stuff. They're like, everyone's listening to us, and they're like, man, is he serious? Is he talking about
fuck this? The strog?
Actually, what is this? What is a strog? Let's do research right now. You got people in the newsrooms right now running. What's strog? Everyone look at strog. Let's find the strog.
Oh shit! Now they're playing Quake Arena.
They're like, but I got a strog. Oh god, I can't believe they don't pay me for this shit. I love it. I'm almost done with my coffee mug too. I'm on my 4th cup. I had speaking of which, during the Boogaloo, you should drink Cafe Bustelo because that is a Boogaloo drink. But I'm just saying.
Rippets are also acceptable.
Well, I'm kind of
after snorting a full line of Adderall and then hammering 2 Rippets.
Now that I got a DD214, I don't know if I want to experiment with stuff like that. That'd be stuff. You went to a militia meeting with tactical military, so I wore some navy whites. I'm gonna guarantee it. If you watch any of if you just look at all the fucking discourse that you see and what they're talking about the Boogaloo. Now the reason why I say this right now. The reason why I say this is because the Huffington Post. You dropped the receipts in there. Let me see. Where did you? I remember you seeing it. Is it in your chat or was it in the normal?
I thought hold on. I'll share.
Okay. Let me see right now. Is it the? Yeah, I found it again. I found it. Wait. There's another one. Hang on. I don't remember where you put that. Let me see. Where is it at? I can't find it. Find that article, man. I'm trying to look for it. All of a sudden I got real quiet because I'm doing the research too. I'm like, shit, let me look. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to get quiet on you. On you audience peoples. My bad. Exactly. So you there? You got it?
That's the I just shared the Gizmodo. Oh shit! Hold on.
No, that's
Wrong
good.
chat.
No, the Gizmodo one's fine. Yeah, there we go. Because there's also a sub. So the Gizmodo ad that was just released, what was it, last week? Last week it was released. Is now that 100 militant groups have been promoting Second Civil War on Facebook. Now, Facebook is what they're saying. And then the Huffington Post.
We're on other platforms too. It's not just Facebook.
Well, yeah, exactly. So now it is Facebook is now starting to like remove a bunch of them, just everything. The first one they have on there is thick boog lines. Thick boog line. They have the Boogaloo bastards. They have infiltrated all these internal groups, so that way they can start diming them out, stating that they're trying to say just open source stuff that you can do online. They're building explosives and they're doing this and they're doing that. This and this.
Guess what? I can make all the thermite I want in my backyard. It's not illegal.
Can't you get like tannerite? Could you buy like tannerite or something like that?
Yeah, tannerite is, I believe, 1.4 or 1.6 pounds of tannerite is equivalent to 1 pound of TNT.
Right. So then...
And I'm just saying that because I have a training dummy that's stuffed with 136 pounds of tannerite, and he's wearing a tactical vest inside my front door. So if you kick my front door in and you shoot Ivan, he's going to go explodey.
No, I don't want to get on that fact, but I'm just getting the fact that Facebook now is saying that the Huffington Post is saying that Facebook's providing them a platform to prepare and organize, even though political groups like Antifa and the Bernie Bros do the same fucking thing on Twitter and Facebook. They organize their stuff too. Are they considered militants as well? So the Tech Transparency Project found that there were 125 Facebook groups devoted to the idea of the Boogaloo. It's considered now, I'm telling you right now, it's considered a far right term is what everyone is an inevitable civil war in the U.S. members, in the U.S. They're talking about how to disrupt U.S. government supply lines and discussing possible need to assassinate government officials. I don't think I've ever seen a specific government official named specifically in any of the sites.
My lawyer just told me I'm not allowed to comment.
That's not the point. My point being is that I'm not seeing anything that would... I have not seen. Mind you now, I'm on all over the place. But no, my biggest thing is that I see the militia or patriot groups getting mixed up when everybody knows that it's part of our Constitution to begin with. They say that 60% of the groups were created in just the last 3 months, which is not the case. That's just, again... Facebook has actually killed a lot of them. Everyone's already now telling Facebook that these are community guidelines that prohibit facilitating, organizing, and promoting harmful activities targeted at people. Ban statements to commit. Now, Dan Stevens, executive director for Campaign for Accountability, said the umbrella organization for which the TTP operates told the Huffington Post that the Facebook failure to stop their platform from being used as an organizing tool for extremists is completely unacceptable. Then let's just keep going to Antifa then. Let's keep going to the Bernie Bros. Let's keep going to the individuals that keep saying they're going to fuck up the country when they don't get their elected official in there. Isn't that the same thing, right? It's the same.
Facebook and Twitter really don't want us to bring up ISIS, do they?
I'm just saying.
Well, no, I'm just saying if they keep telling, like you're saying, you're bringing up all these other groups, and it's like, I mean, ISIS is probably a conversation we should have when it comes to Twitter and Facebook.
I mean, think about this, is that they're saying that they're saying that it'd be no different than being advanced in a cause by using Facebook, when they're saying that they're like deliberate advocating actions. I'm just looking at the comparison parallel between Bernie Bros, Antifa, and the Boog movement. That's what I'm saying, is that if you're going to do for one, you're going to do for the other two, for the other group.
Well, that would mean they would have to apply their terms of service equally. That's never ever.
That's never going to fucking happen. Never. Now, don't get me wrong. There was a meme of the Patriots. These guys were called the equivalent of posers and LARPers by loyalists in British media for years when they tried to find a peaceful solution, right up until they started shooting shit and stacking bodies. There's a meme that's got a picture of the Patriots. I'll be honest with you. Everyone's getting nuts. Oh, we're doing. Oh. So the Huffington Post, but the Huffington Post in there. So basically, what I'm getting at is that if you post a picture of any of the Patriots from 1776, what does that mean then? They're saying that they're talking about the potential. Mind you, now this is the Huffington Post trying to get everybody all fucking riled up. The potential for real world violence by these groups came into focus. Real world violence because some idiot from fucking Arkansas said he was going to look for a cop to shoot and kill. And obviously he got a freaking arrest. So there's some people that, I guess when he calmed, he got a like on a comment that he made. And part of that like was from one of the fucking one of the groups. So the Huffington Post, again, bugging him again, removed all the fucking profiles from that dude and started looking at all the individuals. Anything that says Boogaloo on there. And he's got the Boogs. Strongs. What was it? You're talking about Strongs. So.
Yeah, those damn Strongs going around infiltrating our pages.
I was about to say, dude, why are they doing that? So Facebook recently banned.
They don't like to party. They don't like freedom.
Party like a 1776. I'm doing this myself because I like starting fires and watching dumpsters burn. These are the ones that.
There's not a bigger dumpster than the Huffington Post.
They recently banned some pages and posts promoting anti-lockdown protests. Now everyone's talking about California, New Jersey, Nebraska, Texas too. Now what they like saying is that straight up they're going to freaking now are going to have a the Boog people are now enticing that. I'll be honest with you. Did you see anybody the Boog movement like say whatever? I'll be honest with you. If you don't want to fucking quarantine yourself, I'm kind of partial. I'm kind of half and half on this. The reason why I say I'm half and half on this is that like I was saying before in the first hour, you feed your family. You got to go out and fucking do it. You're gonna do what you can to feed your family. You don't want your family to be homeless, right? You shouldn't be stopped. I mean, even though you have to stop. I'm kind of like drawn on that right there because individuals got to feed his family. I'm never going to deny a man or woman to take care of their kids if they got to feed them.
Not only that, just it shows what years of public school indoctrination will do to where you start listening to anything the authority tells you for the most part. Because who are you as an official to tell me what's essential to me and what isn't? When you've got certain stores like Walmart and Target or something being the only one open, but they're restricting you to essential items only. So they've got stuff closed back in like bedding and stuff like that. Well, okay, I've got kids. What if my kid gets sick and destroys their sheet, mattress, whatever, and I have to get them something? That's pretty damn essential to me. And I don't feel like you have the right to tell me what is essential to me when you don't live my life.
Right. No, I mean, I agree. It sucks. So when you have somebody out there who's going to be your advocate, individuals that have grown up in life, have not had any issue in their lives, everything's going on, everything's rocking and rolling, and and they get told to lock down. They don't know what to do. They know they got to feed their family. They know they got to go out. They got to be essential, but they're being told to lock down by the government. What's your choice? What are you gonna do? You're gonna sack up and go and fucking have to feed your family? I would.
Like Cody said, Michigan wasn't allowing people to buy seeds.
Right, dude. I saw
now,
that.
at that point, if that's not just them saying, we want to show you how much we control of your life, so no peasant, you can't buy seeds. Get out of here.
Right, exactly. That right there, nah. So then let's go to these rallies. And now you see the police intimidating a lot of these individuals. Police are saying we have to enforce what the government says. Even though, is there anything legal to do this? Is the government here granting people permission?
It's on shaky damn ground.
Right, is it? That's what I'm saying. When you start saying that stuff, exactly that cause, when Governor Abbott said the same thing, the government was granting people permission to go back to work and reopen. He was giving permission to go back to work. Now, what does that make you feel like? You're like all of a sudden, okay.
It makes me feel
that makes
like,
you feel oppressed, right? So now you're getting permission to work, and then you, not knowing, that's individuals that have not grown up in life, understanding how to survive. I totally understand that. I totally get that. That's why you got men and women like us that sometimes will go there and help you out. I'll help you out. You need some help. What you need? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Well, go up there and fucking do it. Well, I don't want to do it because I might get in trouble. You ain't gonna get in trouble. Go ahead. Have you seen anybody get arrested yet? Throughout this whole thing? I've not seen anybody. You got to be careful how you frame this, because when you start framing this as this is a states' rights issue and all this other shit, and then the government says no, you can't go to work, but then the states are now saying no, fuck Trump, we're gonna fucking do what we fucking want. And that's where it's fucking dangerous. Do I have a solution? Fuck no, I don't. I don't have a solution. I don't. I don't know what a solution is, but I will say this: that a man and woman got to feed their families. They got to go out to work and do it, and there's no need for it. When the Los Angeles Lakers are taking a fucking loan or taking money for this shit, now they had to pay it back. As opposed from homeless veterans, I'd be the hero. Think of me and you, Mulder, walking through in the government, just handing all them checks, handing all that money and aid to all those small businesses that were started up by veterans, that were started at veteran startup companies that needed it.
Oh, yeah.
Or and get some Trump bucks to people that need to deserve it now. Because now what they're doing is that, in a way, Trump kind of enabled some individuals to talk about a universal wage now. Because of it. So, now what we're doing?
What you're going to have is you're going to have people come out of this more dependent on the government than they've ever been before, because people are losing everything. Because they're not being allowed to go out and work. If your right was taken away from you in this circumstance, you didn't have a right. You had a permission, and they rejected your permission.
Yeah, that's why I purposely play freedom is the right of all sentient beings. Period. Doesn't matter your religion, race, gender, whatever you decide to be. No such thing. There's no such thing. Everyone does. You should not be stopped to go to work. You should now understand there's some protective measures that you need to handle.
Look at Florida when they were doing checkpoints coming into the state for people coming in from out of state.
They're still doing that.
Pretty sure this isn't Nazi Germany. I don't want to show you my travel papers.
Yeah, there's still states doing that. In the South, there's still states doing that. We'll have what is your business type shit. Stopping individuals that are still doing that. Nathan, I'm moving to Antarctica. Fuck everyone. No, because they found some new disease over there or some shit. Or is it the Arctic? I can't remember. The Arctic Circle or something like that. Antarctica is the south, Arctic's the north. But yeah, I get fucking the ass when people start talking about, well, what? Then why are they everyone's dressed up to do the booze? Well, so who's not going to do it? Yeah, send me. Here am I. Send me.
At this point, a common theme throughout the movement you see is it's because our parents didn't, and so our kids don't have to.
Well, I mean, but think about all the stuff that's what's happening right now. You're like it was by foreign adversaries and foreign audiences. They're trying to now seeing us like this. We're losing our shit, getting butthurt over a fucking meme. And look what's happening. Look what's happening.
We would, but if a foreign adversary came in, it would turn into one of those things where see somebody, you and your brother are beating the shit out of each other, and somebody tries to step in, and so you guys beat the shit out of him. I think if somebody tried to actually screw with the U.S., it would all stop and be like, "Hey, wait a minute, motherfucker."
I don't think they could. I don't think they'd be able to handle us.
Well,
because look it up.
Grandma would yeet your ass to the curb with her fucking double barrel that she's had since 1963.
Well, think about this though, dude. Think about this right now. Think about all the individuals that now are being told to stay home, that they have to work job. Think about individuals now that the lower class individuals that are being told that they have. I'm saying there's low income people that one paycheck gone, and that's it. They're homeless. That's it. They're fucking homeless. They have no choice. They have no choice but to work, and risking their health in doing so. Just hoping and praying to whatever deity they believe in that they don't get sick because of all this shit. And then while you're doing that, while you're on the way to work, you get stopped by somebody. You get stopped by a cop and asked, "Where are you going? You're not essential. What are you doing?" So really,
I like how they released criminals from jail because of COVID, but are arresting people and putting them in jail for
breaking the quarantine. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, I don't. That's what blows my mind. So when people say, the Boogaloo stuff is being racist and all stuff, I guarantee it. If you get told somebody that you can't go to work anymore, and you have to make me choose my family making sure they have food on the table, make sure they have a roof over their heads, may not be much, may not be anything at all, but it's your home, no matter what, and you're going to be told you need to turn around. You can't come to work in here anymore. You can't come to work. What do you think you do? What do you think? You get frustrated, right? You get frustrated as shit.
I think a lot of people are getting frustrated.
Right. Well, they're getting frustrated to see. They're also seeing the elitism from our politicians. Damn, do I sound like I'm a fucking boo person?
No, I think you sound like a person that has enough sense to realize that we slowly traded our liberty for a false sense of security, and
exactly.
Want the liberty that's guaranteed to them back.
It's a fucking awakening, dude. That's what it is.
The crown says, "Oh no. We're going to go so over the top and telling you what you can't do,
right,
that you'll never challenge us again."
Right. It is an awakening. I'll be honest with you. It's everyone, and I'll be honest with you. I don't give a fuck what you think about Trump. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what you think about Trump, left or right. I don't care. Half of you individuals that are up there were fucking part of the reason why you think he's probably fucking failing. Am I saying he's a great fucking president? Am I saying he's a bad president? I'm not saying any of that shit. But if the guy's trying to fucking roll through and you're now stopping shit in Congress to stop it, where America is seeing your fucking problem. You're the problem. Everyone in America is seeing that you're the fucking problem. How many attachments to this fucking bills that we've had already? They didn't go through because somebody would have.
Massey said each thing should stand alone. The shit for small businesses, 3 or 4 items. It says this, and this.
Right.
Let's keep these bills to one fucking page.
Right. I really don't fucking get. When everyone's on his shit about stuff like that. I'm thinking, if he doesn't have to explain himself sometimes in a fucking meeting. I just don't understand that, to me, why I see it, how he gets frustrated at the media and lashes out. I could see some of it. Some of the shit he doesn't have to fucking say because it's just going to make it worse. But the other shit that he fucking says, I really don't fucking get it. Why are you trying to step on the line?
He didn't get this far without being somewhat of a control freak.
Well,
they're messing up the script he has in his head when they act out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it some of that? Going against policy and shit. No one said a fucking thing when it came to the other administrations. The Obama administration, the Bush administration, the Clinton administration, the Bush before that one. Nobody said any of that shit. Nobody was like, hey, whatever. They just like trash talk him and stuff like that, and they'd write, polarizing articles on how his policy is all dicked up. But the back and forth that you see a lot, holy shit.
I was just like, God damn, dude. You fucking talk to my dad like that, I'll come across the fucking table. How nobody's not beating ass? I'm sorry, I have a little bit more honor than that. In these days and times.
I mean, with the way politicians are bad, journalists are almost as worse. I'm willing to bet, once you start marching some guillotines up to printing presses, you can see them stop being such assholes.
Right, I just get fucking frustrated when I see this stuff. They're like, oh, well, he's this. Yeah, okay, maybe he's not fucking doing that shit right, or maybe. How would you fucking do it then? Tell me your fucking plan. Tell me what your fucking tell me what your fucking plan is.
Joe Biden's plan to deal with COVID.
Oh my god, dude!
Stutter over his words.
Yeah, bro.
Walk away unsupervised and then sniff children.
I'm telling you, man. If that's all everyone's got, if that is the best you fucking got. Before you start dissing on what the incumbent is doing right now, I suggest you see what you got right now and prep his ass for battle, because it ain't gonna fucking happen.
I mean, I kind of knew right away Bernie wasn't going to get it. I think we all knew that. They were never going to let that happen.
No, Nathan, you're right. Don't get started on talk show hosts, because you know what? Those are usually the first ones they take out when dissension begins. I have seen it. I have seen it happen.
Well, it's either the people that helped them with the coup. I should have said.
Why do you say coup?
With the regime change.
WTF Nation Radio, you're on the air.
Hey guys, what's going on?
What's up?
This is Doc Barrett.
I know who this is. I see you. What's up? What you want?
Let's change the subject just for a minute. Do you think that Kim Jong-un is dead?
Oh my God, dude! Really, bro? Did you just like derail to change the subject for a little bit when I'm on a fucking roll? Do you realize in this day and time, an honorable man doesn't stand a chance? So I'm just telling you right now, a fucking I don't believe in that crap. But you really called here to ask about fucking Kim Jong-un for real, dude? Come on, Doc.
You see so many fucking memes. You see so memes about it.
Yeah, who cares? I don't give a fuck. Fuck that dude. Fuck Korea too. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck about the only people. I only care about our soldiers, Doc. I only care about our soldiers there in Korea and on the pen, guarding the fucking DMZ to make sure shit doesn't go fucking awry. The hell, dude? You're talking about Kim? Let's talk about how you feel. So right now, you feeling that right now? All this drama that's fucking going on. You want to talk about all this shit? Don't be talking about Kim. Okay, I don't give a shit about. Bro, he could have 5 heart attacks, and you're not going to see me mourn over him at all. You're not going to. No, sorry.
What about the missile fire today?
Who cares? I don't give a shit about that either. Yeah, well, we will light them up. I guess. Well, just like I said, just like Dave Chappelle said, I guess they need to shut the fuck up. That's what I would say. If you think you have a big ass arm, shut the fuck up. That's what I would say, dude. I don't care, bro.
I think Trump has the balls. And the support. If we had to use nuclear weapons, I think he has the balls to do it.
I personally, again, all I want to make sure is that our service members overseas are secured and all that. With having to deal with the stuff they have going on right now, with the stuff they're having to do with trying to flatten the curve over on U.S. Forces Korea on the peninsula, they're on top of dealing with that type of situation already. I'll be honest with you, I want to light them up. Light them up.
Man. I mean, those guys don't have a choice.
Right.
They don't have a choice there. I mean, it's all over there. Stay away from the red light districts.
Oh, my God.
That's some crazy shit, man. You all doing a good show tonight. I appreciate it.
All right, man.
You're making me laugh.
All right. Have a good easy. Yeah, thanks, man.
See you.
Man, I was on a roll, too. Hang on. I still got some coffee left, too. Still got like half a mug. I don't care about Kim Jong-un. I really don't. Nor do I care about his sister, who could possibly be taken over. But I'll be honest with you right now. Like I said, get off Fox News and stop watching Alex Jones. Stop. Who you talking to, man? Who you talking to? You talking to me, Nathan? You know I don't watch that shit. I don't watch any of that crap. They rant and ramble for no fucking reason. Kind of like what we do. Are we rant and ramble for no reason, Mulder? Do you think we do that? Or is that just too many coffees? Can I see sound?
I don't know. I like to channel my inner Alex Jones sometimes. He's got that old man retard strength.
Our star is nothing but pinholes in the curtain of night. Who knows?
Well, the chemicals are turning the freaking frogs gay.
We got gay frogs here. Oh, man. Shit. Now, again, I don't care about what all that situation is. Hey, Doc, I'm a bunch of balls, man, but I had me on a roll what I was talking about. What the hell was I talking about now? I was talking about, that's the thing. In this cutthroat world, an honorable man doesn't stand a chance. So, the dude's trying to do a good fucking thing. He's trying to do a fucking thing, and he's getting interrupted all the time to do it. He can't satisfy the masses. He can't. Everyone's trying to say, oh, well, you're gonna fucking... Oh, he's not trying to. At this point, it's not illegal. He's just an asshole. I don't care. And I want everybody to know right now, when the shit goes down, are you gonna back up fucking Korea? Are you gonna back them up when shit happens? You're going to back up what China says? You're going to back up what a foreign adversary says? Well, over in Europe, I'm sorry, because when it happens, when it's time for the fucking luau, I don't give a fuck what you think. If you're not with red, white, and blue, I'm sorry. At this point, political affiliation should be out the fucking window. In dealing with the foreign adversary.
It should be. It absolutely should be, but I think the tribalism runs so deep now that it's hard to break people from that mindset.
Yeah, well, a lot of it, do you think some of it is a lot of self-preservation, I think. There's a lot of individuals that get so self-preserving that I'll just have somebody else do it. Winston Churchill said that an appeaser is somebody who will feed the alligator hoping that the alligator will eat them last. And I always believe in that, too. Don't be a fucking appeaser. If you're going to go out and you got to work, hey, guys and gals, if you got to go out and you got to make that money, you got to make that money to feed your family and put that roof over your head, do it. To me, the way I see it, defy whatever I'm sorry. Survival depends on it. Your survival depends on it. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, the ability to provide for your family is essential to you, no matter what the government tells you.
You're right. That is essential. That is essential personnel. You got to fucking do it. What happens when you mix tea and coffee? Tim's a joke and shouldn't have been put together right on the press. Who cares? I don't care. It's another fucking country. I don't work in diplomacy. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't. But I really fucking... You ain't lying. Yeah, good point, Recruiter Times. Holy shit. There's like, I guess, a misconstruing of what the president said about taking hand sanitizer or drinking bleach or some shit like that.
And the UV can kill it. And they're going to put UV through running. But actually, I think at a strip club outside of Bragg, I saw a stripper hold a flashlight up to her titty to show the implant. So maybe she was just killing that COVID.
My point being is that they took something that he said out of context. And when he took the shit out of context, I personally heard the whole stuff. I don't know, like injecting or something like that. Hey, look, every politician has said shit that everyone's just like fucking dragging. But now they're trying to blame him for people drinking fucking disinfectant. I want to see the case.
Well, hold on. These idiots were eating Tide Pods, and he never said shit about that.
I'm about to say the same shit. Who cares? Probably lose.
Well, here's what I have to say about that.
Lose some fucking
if you're
followers,
dumb enough to ingest bleach, God, I hope you get it. I hope you just die.
So the same individuals that say that the D. Treaty should be having press conferences are the ones that are now saying he should stop getting TV time. The public already has stupid ideas. Hey, there's a meme that I saw out there that there's people out there drinking disinfectant. I would say, hey, look, nature take its course. If you think you're that, or produce receipts. I want to see death certificates. I want to see you know what we used to have during mass shootings and shit? You ever notice that? When there was a mass shooting or something like that, there'd be a doctor standing in front of the fucking hospital. There'd be like a public affairs individual right there, a police officer standing with that, talking about, oh, this guy, there's so many people that we have in. Most of the injuries are bullet wound trauma like you see in war. And you see all this stuff in war and war. And everyone jumps on the fucking anti-gun bandwagon, right? There's a doctor talking about, oh, there were several children killed, and they were killed with injuries that are the same as, war, nah. Right? Everyone gets all wrapped up. How come I haven't seen a doctor talk about COVIDs? How come I haven't seen a doctor saying that there's individuals that are sucking down some fucking disinfectant? Because they're doing some fucking Drano chasers. Because they thought, if anybody else, if you
are such a Trump hater that you fucking believe what he says and think that he told you to drink fucking Tide Pod or eat a Tide Pod or drink disinfectant, you are fucking stupid. You're the same person that's talking about your fucking own eccentricness, your own, oh, my intellect is so much more, but yet you're actually freaking whatever. Because of him.
Book smart, common sense.
Because of him, they ate fish cleaner. I don't, dude. Fucking. Yeah, is that flattening?
They ate fish tank cleaner because they're fucking retarded.
Is that flattening the curve too? What other curves are we talking about? Are we talking about the COVID firm? The curve.
EKG.
I was about to say, are we? Is that a curve of intellect? That's almost like saying the president said, if you walk out and get some UV, then you're gonna kill COVID. But they didn't tell you. What he didn't say is that now people are walking in fucking freeways in the middle of traffic, and they're gonna say, "See, Trump told us that if you get sun, then no, motherfucker." He didn't say to get in the fucking highway to get the sun. He said go out and just like sit on your porch or some shit. I guarantee that's how stupid the fucking media is getting about it. I'm not gonna shake my fucking hands about it.
Vitamin D is important to a healthy immune system, so getting some sun would probably help you.
Right, exactly that. But I would guarantee it. If you say that, everyone's like, "Oh no, he meant to say this." I'm like, "Fuck, man, stop speaking fucking for me, dude."
Well, I love how they concoct these elaborate basic speeches that Joe Biden says when he's on the news, but if you watch what he's saying, he sounds like grandpa that has dementia that's telling you stories about shit that never happened.
I'm gonna tell you what right now, dude. I've had family members that have had dementia. I've had family members that have gone through that stuff, and I guarantee it right now, he's got some shit going on. I'm gonna say right now that if you're sitting there telling that D. Treasy has got some sort of mental faculty shit going on, and you're not fucking doing Joe Biden, this should be part of the personality test or something like that, then fucking do it.
On my fifth little kid should be part of a personality test too.
Not to mention that's taken out of context. Motherfucker, are you for real?
We got it on video.
You sniff my daughter, my son, or my old lady like that, I will come across the table. Sorry, like exactly that. It's a fucking. That exactly like you said. It's just a damn freaking. It's exactly that. It's the Darwin curve, Stefan. Exactly that. Guns genau. Drink disinfectant wouldn't work anyways. The virus affects the lungs. That's why I tried to smoke some bleach. It didn't work. Okay, Chris. And it ruined your cork pipe. You couldn't get it to light.
If you nebulize muriatic acid, you won't ever have to worry about COVID.
Oh my god. I just think it's funny that everyone's like, "Oh, well, because he said this, that's why I did it." And it's his fault. If you really want to start blaming on deaths when it comes to all this shit, let's go to Congress. Let's go. Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell. What other ones? Let's go to all of them.
I mean, yeah, preferably. If only there was some kind of camp we could put them in.
That's what I'm saying. You say something like that. They were talking about doing that. The members of the World Health Organization. These are the same people that some individuals want us to fucking capitulate to. Fuck that.
Food will pop off. It's like, no, I saw this once in Germany. It didn't fucking turn out good.
Fuck that. Yeah. Maybe we should remove kids from their family. Maybe we should get family members removed from their homes. It's a member of the World Health Organization suggesting this shit. But then that's taken out of context. Oh, no. That's not what he really meant. Ah, fuck that.
Just to let the WHO know that
Hell
your
no.
NATO helmets, or your
Hell
UN
no.
helmets, I have 7.62 that will blow right through it. So.
Yeah. I don't really. What was that? Biden is a decorated veteran that has numerous capacities throughout his career. A lot of people tell me, "Hey, you know what? Did you know that CNN had a recorded Larry King event of somebody fucking calling in saying that their daughter was fucking."
Yeah, it was that Tara Reid's mom. Tara Reid's the one that Joe Biden groped. You know, he played the finger bang game.
How come he's not saying that? How nobody's. What's the Me Too movement and let's believe everybody and all that stuff? And I'm sorry, I'm not taking that friend request.
Alyssa Milano already came out and said, "Well, Joe Biden's different." Okay, bitch.
It's not saying that.
I can't side eye her
movement and let's believe everybody. Yeah, dude. I'll be honest with you, this whole. Sorry for that double recording there. Yeah. Forget it. I'm not gonna get my vote at all. I'm not gonna get. Here I'm on my fifth mug of fucking coffee.
Fucking good coffee, man. I had to fucking stay awake, dude, because the kid was driving me up the fucking wall, man. Holy shit.
See, I'm on my fourth Hefeweizen.
Ooh, man, that's something that made me go to sleep. Oh, the good old Hefe. What are you drinking? Schoenhofer? What are you drinking? Which one is it?
Schlafly.
Schlafly. Yeah, that's good shit too.
Well, it's local to me, so.
Yeah, I'm more of a Schoenhofer. Hefeweizen. Oh, I love Hefe. Cola Hefe. Oh man, I love that. Anyways.
Well, I'm usually so white trash I can only drink Bud Light because growing up in St. Louis, the Bud Light gets into your system and your DNA actually violently rejects any good beer.
Not that Tara Reid, Michael. Not that Tara Reid. No,
not pepperoni nipples.
Not that one. Not the one who had a botched boob job that freaking, or she had like bad plastic surgery or something like that. And she got really fucked up.
Her nipples look like somebody dropped a pepperoni off of a large
like,
pizza.
oh yeah, so not that one, Michael. Not that Tara Reid. Pre-op or post-op, man. I don't know. Not that one, brother. You're drinking a Russian sandwich? I'm drinking coffee, man. So sorry about that. Anyways, so shit, we already got like 9 minutes before we got to close up. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and do some house cleaning. So like I said, we're doing some testing. We're doing some more tech stuff. We're going to be opening up a new channel on Twitch pretty soon. Probably like, I don't know, the June time frame. Since we got nothing to fucking do and we're not going anywhere and we're not trying to move some stuff and a lot of things can get it moved. Looking at moving to moving another platform to Twitch. And once we get that settled up, then we'll be good to go. And effective 1 May, we're going to be also being shared on some other platforms too. We'll let you know which ones they are. But you can listen to us on 14 different platforms as it is. So today's the Monday edition. Tomorrow is going to be Pop Culture Warrior with CQ. Michael Carrasquillo. He's going to have comedian PJ Walsh, who's been on here before. It'll be good to see him. He's a Navy veteran, is now a comedian, and he's performed 20-plus tours to support the troops in Iraq and Afghanistan. Has toured with the Blue Collar Comedy Tour, and he's also partnered with the Organization for Armed Services Arts and Partnership. And then Thursday is going to be Sergeant's Time. We got more stuff to screenshots. More screenshots. Right now, the WTF bosses are now kind of looking at dropping names, dropping units. So when there's a screenshot being posted, we were going to attach the name of the unit or the name of the individuals that sent it. I don't know if it's probably some scorched earth shit that they're planning up, but once I get the details on that, then we'll be able to fucking see that. I'm actually looking forward to that because we got all the receipts spanking me, like laughing at the screenshots of individuals going nuts. But once we get the clearance to do that, then we'll be able to blast everybody on there. But anyways, and then we have Sunday with Kicking It with Cause and Al, and then Monday and the Monday edition again. And then that following Tuesday on May 5th on Cinco de Mayo. That's what I'm talking about. I think I'll make some tacos. I think I'll go on air and make some tacos during the day. Have some Cinco de Mayo fucking cooking event or something like that. Travis Miller, retired infantryman and a current comic book creator. Travis Miller will be on joining CQ, and his current project, The Lost Patrol, is based on actual events during the Iraq War. So again, I'm kind of freaking stoked. Share, like, and follow all of our platforms. We are on Twitter at WTF Nation Radio, on the Facebooks. Obviously, you're listening to us on US Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio. You got all the platforms. You got freaking Mixer. You got Facebooks. You got the freaking TuneIn app. God dang, dude, we just got so much. We have so much to follow. You got the YouTubes. We're all streaming live, ready to go. Is there anything else? Am I missing anything? Or are we rocking it? What you got, man?
I think you got most of the platforms there. The only thing I'm sad about, we didn't get to talk about the Coop stuff. And then what I sent you that I got from a random boog boy of him counting Coop against the standing army in the U.S.
Yeah, I think we should talk about that when we can get them on. We should talk about that if we can get them to come back, if that makes any sense.
No, I got you. Yeah, we'll have to set that up soon because there's a lot of stuff, the listeners definitely should be concerned about, especially with Facebook as one of the bigger platforms that are out there. It's essentially the modern public square. And people get removed from it constantly and lose their ability to interact with others.
And that's a good point, the way you bring it up like that. It is kind of a public square. It's almost like people have now gotten so fucking dependent on it. They're actually taking your money, taking your account information, taking all your historical data,
and it's used in litigation for civil court cases, criminal court cases, and stuff like that. So the way I see it, is it a platform or is it a service? What is it? Is it
at this point? It's really a utility.
I was about to say, or is it a utility? There's some individuals that don't communicate.
Like the internet,
right?
Can you function in modern society without the internet? Yes, but it'd be very difficult. Can you function without power? The Amish still do it, but it's a lot more difficult for them. I think Facebook is where we're at with. It's so far ahead of what we ever conceived of.
Oh, of course.
If you liberally apply things, it fits the definition of something that they shouldn't be able to regulate your speech on it, because that would be like the phone company taking away my ability to make phone calls because they didn't like what I had to say, or the power company deciding that because I'm a boog boy, they're going to shut the power off to my house when I'm not being red flagged.
Right. Specifically that. What other? Oh, wait, we're on Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Castbox, Mixcloud, TuneIn, Player FM, iVoox. I already told you about Mixer and Periscope and Twitter, Facebook, obviously YouTube, Woke Crush, and then of course WTF Nation Radio's website. When we get on Twitch, we'll let you guys know. Because it's a whole new different realm with other gamers and stuff like that. So we're kind of excited on dropping that capability on there with you guys. And shit, dude, we'll be like on. That's pretty soon. We're going to be on almost 20. We could go 30, but if we wanted to, but there's just too much to control there. The Death Star is getting more powerful. But at any rate, thank you guys and gals for hanging out with us. We appreciate you joining us tonight on the Monday edition. Like I said, Flash is on assignment, so don't worry about it. He's out doing Jose shit. He's out doing Flash shit. So with that, y'all have a good night. And Space Force, shots, drink some more coffee. See ya.
His name was Duncan Limp.
Intergalactic horse, and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. And now they say that they've discovered life up there on Mars, so let's blow it all to hell and then claim it for ours. We'll paint the moon red, white, and blue for no other reason than we wanted to. Oh, Jupiter, imagine what you could become. A stupid, pointless planet turned into a giant gun. And Russia, so sorry, have to burst your bubble. Be a good sport now, sit back, relax, and watch us through the Hubble as we celebrate the greatness of the United Planets of America. Space Force, Space Force. We'll saddle up our intergalactic horse and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. we'll go to infinity and beyond, beyond. You'll hear our manly voices singing Space Force strong. The critics say sound doesn't travel in space, to which we reply sound will do as we say. Oh, Captain Kirk, your achievements, though notable and fine, as far as we're concerned, this is Deep Space Mine. And big fans, but Lord Vader, step away from the lightsaber. There can only be one, of course. Space Force. Ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, dum, 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 ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, dum, 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 dum. Space Force, Space Force. We'll saddle up our intergalactic horse and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. Space
What is this Facebook Live? I've never heard of this shit.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Good evening, boys and girls. This is Tim Kennedy. I'm a Special Forces sniper, a Ranger qualified Green Beret, a UFC fighter. Please listen to us and the shenanigans that we're going to say. We will insult you. There will be racial slurs. We will be sexist. We will offend you. But there will be magic, and a unicorn will be raped. So enjoy the show. Thank you for listening on WTF Nation Radio.